boys and girls, and welcome back. Today is Thursday, and we're almost at the end of the week. We're still in the month of April. We've been in the month for 16 days now, and today is Thursday. If we look outside, it is springtime. It's sunny and a little cloudy mixed in, but it's warm outside today. Yesterday was Wednesday, today is Thursday, and tomorrow will be Friday. Boys and girls, let's get ready to go into meet with the teacher, our meet with the teacher moment. And as you can see, we're going back over our phonics, our high frequency words, reading comprehension, vocabulary for the week, and instead of doing social studies, we're going to be doing science. Boys and girls, remember Ms. Brown was talking about the phonics and making the connection. The onset is the first part and rhyme is the second part. Well, Ms. Brown even has a book to help us out a little bit with our phonics skills. And if you look at this, did everybody do my assignment for me? Did everybody go and find me 2 extra words to help them out? I hope you did. The words were, your onset was any consonant, but you had the rhyme, it. If you had it, and you put an F in front of it, it made fit. If you put a K in front of it, you made kit. And if you put an S in front of it, you made sit. Now, I hope everybody got those words. How many people got them? Give me a thumbs up. Excellent. Now, let's go on to our first grade. Our first grade, you have IT. And I believe that's on here as well. Your IT words. If it's not on here, we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. If you had IT, boys and girls, and you added a K, it made kite. If you add an S, it gave you sight. And if you add a P, it made pite. So we're just going to make funny words. How many people made some really silly words like sight and white? Which was really, it is a word, but if you put the W there, it made that word. So I just want to know if you made some really silly words. If you made some silly words, share them with me when you post, okay? So we were talking about the onset and the rhyme. And remember, our rhyme is the second part. And it was it and it. So we're going to move on from there. And as we move on from there, we're going to go straight into our high frequency words. And our high frequency words have changed. And our high frequency words are on. Remember, red is for who? Kindergarten, and blue is for first grade. On, saw, you. Let's spell them together and say them together. On, O-N, on. Saw, S-A-W, saw. You, Y-O-U. Let's go to our first grade words. Your words are more, when, then. Again, more, when, then. Let's spell more and say the word more. M-O-R-E, more. Let's spell when and say the word when. W-H-E-N, when. And let's do the word then. T-H-E-N, then. Very good, boys and girls. And we're still continuing with our comprehension for the week, which we're going to be identifying and describing the characters in a story. That's for kindergarten. And we're going to also be describing the main characters and finding out why they did the things they did in a story. Now, you read the story Apples, and Apples was written by Gail Gibbons. How many people went online and found this particular story? And it was read by who? That is correct, Tina W. Tina W read this to you, and she did a fantastic job. That's why I wanted you to listen to the way she pronunciated her words and everything. How many people found the different vocabulary words that we were going to share? Well, I'm going to open the book real briefly, and I'm going to tell you what pages I found some of these words on. Remember, front cover of the book, back cover of the book. And we find colonists on this page, and you got a chance to see it was around the time with the Pilgrims. And then we go to our next page, and we find the word commercially. Commercially means when you're like giving a product or selling a product or distributing a product somewhere. So it's commercially. That means you're giving it, you start at one point and you give it out to another point, okay? Sharing is sharing items. And then we have right here, we're talking about bushels. Bushels are sets of different things, okay? And then We're going to do one more word. This word right here is pollinated. So when we're getting ready to do, when bugs get on flowers, they on their little legs, they take different things and they actually move things from one place to the other. So I hope that you enjoyed this story, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this as you write some things for me, okay? I want you to share with me because I know the book, okay? Excellent job on apples. Then, boys and girls, as we go on, we're going to be talking about science this time. But we're going to talk about science after we do our math today. So let's go over to our math and let's talk a little bit about our math. Yes, we're going to continue with doing comparative language and comparing numbers. My kindergartners, I know that you have gotten to be very, 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 very experted or big experts on doing comparative language. That means that you're at the top, you're experts. So let's talk a little bit about our comparative language. No, we're not going to do our actual counting on the hundreds chart because I want everybody at school to know how to count, but we're not going to focus on that because everybody's getting to be very good at that. I'm going to give you some assignments on that, but we're going to focus more on our comparative language because I got a couple of calls on people still struggling with this concept. So let's look at our board for today. Knowing comparative language. When you know comparative language, that means you're sure of it, that you understand it, you're not guessing it. So let's look at number 1. The number 20 is more than 6. If you look at what I have, I underline 20. Then I put a green little squiggly line under more than, and I put a line under 6 because I want you to recognize the number and the comparative language that they were using. Look at number 2. Read it for yourself, and then I'm going to read it with you in a second. Very good. The number 18 is what? It's less than 19. And as you notice, I put a line under 18, red line, little squiggly green line under less than, and a line under 19 to show you the number and the comparative language. Let's do number 3. The number 10 is the same as 10. Look at number 4. The number 9 is more than 5. And let's do the last one together. Ready? Let's go. The number 17 is less than 18. Now, boys and girls, I have some of these things for you to do, or some numbers for you to do on the actual assignment sheet. And I want you to do them for me in post. Not a whole lot of numbers, but I want to see if you understand it, okay? That's kindergarten. Let's go on to first grade. You got it, first grade. You're going on to doing comparing numbers with symbols. And what did Ms. Brown say? There's a strategy for it. Always find the what? The biggest number, put 2 dots. And find the smallest number, put 1 dot. And do what? Connect the dots. Let's look at the first one. 38, 47. How do we write that? That is correct. I'm going to write out the answers in a moment, but I want to see how many people get them right at home. Are you working with them with me? Let's do the next one. 56, 16. I'm going to give you time to write. Good job. The next one. 97, 120. You're doing awesome. The next one. 64, 88. The next one. 43, 32. And the last one. I tricked you, huh? If you get this one right, you need to give yourself a, oh yeah. Are you ready for me to share the answers? You do yours on your paper, I'm gonna do mine. Ready, set, go. I'm done. Did you finish? I'm glad you did. Let's read them together. 38 is less than 47. 56 is greater than 16. 97 is less than 120. 64 is less than 88. 43 is greater than 32. And our big one, drum roll please. 321 is greater than 214. If you got that right, boys and girls, give yourself 2 oh years. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, boys and girls, we're kind of through with the math. And remember, Brian taught you a real quick concept, and the concept was fractions. Remember, a fraction is part of a whole. We have a whole unit here, and we have fractions here, and then we have a half. If we put this one on top of this one right here, it makes a whole. If we take these, and I'm gonna put it down and I'll put them together, and put them together, we can make a whole. I want everybody to go in their house and see if they can find something that they can put in halves, in fourths, and in whole. Do that for me and post it around on the website. One last thing, our science for the week. Our science for the week is real simple. For our kindergartners, you're gonna be trying to find objects in your houses that move. I'm not saying go move the furniture. I'm saying find things around the house that move. Maybe something round like a ball, or maybe something that's flat like a box, or maybe something like a car that you have. Take it and see how it moves. Write down how it moves. Does it slide? Does it glide? Does it roll? And post it on the website for me. First grade, yours is a little bit more complicated. You're gonna make a prediction and then you're gonna record. If you take ice and put it in hot water, what's gonna happen? You experiment. But boys and girls, please get your parents' permission before you do any of these things. If you put ice there, name some things in your house that you use to warm things. Please get your parents' permission. Do not go do it by yourself. You must get their permission to do it. Or, better yet, you can look online to find things that for heating and cooling. I even have an object over here. I have ice. And if you look at the ice is melting. But why is the ice melting? You're right, because the atmosphere is warm. I'm going to put my ice right here. This bag right here, this lovely bag that I was given to me by Principal West, has a thermal inside. Thermal means that it keeps things warm or cold. If I put that ice inside here, it will keep it for a while because it has an actual thermal siding and lining inside. Go in your house, ask for permission, and see if your parents have anything that's similar to this, and post it. They might have a thermostat, not a thermostat, but a thermos, or they might have a actual cooling bag that they put pizza in. So please find these things around your house and have fun. Make it out of a scavenger hunt and post at least 3 things that keep things warm or cool in your house. Boys and girls, I had a great time. We're going to cut it off right here, and I'll see you again next week. Enjoy.